Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm back for another player interview today. Today, I'm going to be doing my very first college football interview with a buddy of mine that I've known since we were super little, super young, Jaelin Willis. He's a 5'10 linebacker out of Keiser University, one of the top NAIA teams in the country. And he went on to the college level and just made his mark right off the bat, knocking people down, bashing their teeth in, getting some interceptions as well, making a real mark for his team on the defensive end to help them get one of those top national rankings. He's a real close buddy of mine. He just got on here, and I'm going to add him in and ask him some questions. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I get you.
All right, man. How's the offseason been treating you so far? How's the workouts going?
It's straight. I just been working out, doing my own thing, trying to get faster, stronger, you know.
Absolutely. You're always putting that work in. And after a great freshman season, I expect nothing less. You went from the high school level straight to the college level with no problems at all. It seemed like you have a lot of these guys that hit that freshman wall right off the bat to where their freshman year, they're usually not playing a whole lot, redshirting, just kind of learning from the seniors and upperclassmen. You went in, I mean, this season you had 50 tackles, 6 on your team, had a couple pass deflections, some sacks in the backfield. You even started your career off, first game you had an interception in the end zone, just made your mark right off the bat. Talk to me about that transition that you had going from high school to college, and how are you able to adapt so quickly?
I think really, okay, going from high school to college, really, I thought I was going to run into a lot of problems, adversity. Like, I came there and I was like, okay, I got to outwork everybody. I came there with a chip on my shoulder, basically, like saying, like, I got to outwork everybody. I want to start, all that. I never, ended up starting, but the coaches knew my potential. Like, they knew what I could do. So all my stats and stuff I did do, it came from me just grinding, working hard. I don't think it really was a big difference. Like, the guys are bigger, they're stronger, they're faster. Like, it's harder, most definitely. But I don't think I was too far behind. That's why I was able to do what I could do. But I think I still have a lot of room to improve, like, on little stuff, technique, everything. Like, it's always room for improvement. But I think the transition is really the game, like, the size, the fast, like, everybody's faster, everybody's stronger. The games go by faster, the plays are quicker. Like, everything like that is just, it's totally different.
Yeah, it's another level of play for sure once you get to the college level, and especially at Keiser, because you guys are one of the top NAIA teams in the country. Everyone wants to talk about going Division I, going to play for Alabama, Georgia, teams like that. NAIA isn't a level to be slept on. You still got NFL players that come from
Yeah.
those levels. What describe Keiser University football, the culture that you guys have there? What is it that makes you guys so successful?
I think honestly we do a lot of different stuff, I should say. We definitely outwork everybody. I'll tell you that. Like, nobody else in the country, Alabama, nobody's getting up at 6 a.m. Sunday morning, Saturday morning, going to the facility to have meetings and stuff. Like, nobody's doing that type of stuff. I think our coach hold us to a different level, like, of expectations with him. So, like, of course, like, we get tired of it. We don't want to do it, but that's why we're so elite. Like, the things he do, the way we do it, like, practices all day long. Like, everything is different. Like, nobody does it. We run like we're a track team. Like, nobody understands the stuff that we put in. Like, it's different. It's definitely different. I think that's why we're so good, but nobody really understands it. Like, they just watching us from the outside. But if you're there really grinding with us, like, you'll see why we're so much better. Like, the Bucks were at our practice one day looking at like 4 different players. Like, guys are going to go to the league from, and it's just timing. Like, you're going to see. Everybody's going to see in the future.
Absolutely. And you talk about, guys from there going to the league. You're from an area of Florida where they are known for sending guys to the NFL and to so many colleges, Fort Myers, Florida, the 239, Southwest Florida in general. You talk about the NFL level, you got to mention J-Ron Curse, Sammy Watkins.
Yep.
I mean, just countless. I could go on and on. And I mean, college level, my buddy Quayshawn Fuller, who's now at Maryland, Tavin Ward, who's at South Florida, your old teammate and a good buddy of mine also, Amari Smith. He's going to be playing for Florida Atlantic this year. Caden Baker with North Carolina, countless of other players.
A lot of people, yeah.
How would you describe the level of talent that Southwest Florida produces year after year after year?
It's the talent here is special because everybody likes to compete. Like that's why I think everybody's good because it's always competition. Like everybody here, we go and compete. We do the 101s, we do the 707s. Like we do the little stuff together, and then when we go out to college, we show off our talents at the colleges. So it's like the talent in Southwest Florida is different because I think it's different because the way we all are together and we all have one goal. Like you don't see nobody really hating on anybody in Southwest Florida. You see everybody supporting each other and one of the best from everybody. Like it don't matter where you go, D1, D2, like everybody always supports each other and always have a good mindset when it comes to other people around him. Like, how can I make him better? How can we get better together? How can I show him something? How can I tell him something? Like, it's just more to the, more together than you'll see other places hating on each other. Like, oh, why he going here? Oh, why he doing this? Like, here I feel like it's more everybody's together. I don't see too much hating going on.
No, absolutely not. Everybody always supports each other, always, shows that love. And you are right. It is very competitive. You talk about all the players that have come through here, including yourself, and you've grown up in that atmosphere. Now that you're, in the off season, I know you always come back to Fort Myers, get some training in with your uncles who are both professional boxers, Quinn and Marcus Willis, along with boxing. I know you get a lot of training in with them, not just in the weight room, but doing some boxing exercises to stay in shape. How do you think, working out with your uncles that are professional boxers, how do you think that is helping you at the college level?
They the ones that keep me in shape because at their gym is no AC at all. Like no AC. See, I'm not the type of person to post all my workouts. To be that person, I don't post all my workouts, but in their gym is no AC. Like they turn all the AC off on purpose so you can sweat more and so you can't barely breathe. And it's like it's one door opening, but it's no AC, and you jump rope like 3 rounds, fast, nonstop, jump rope, nonstop. You don't stop. In between the rounds, you do push-ups. Then after you're done with that, you either hit the bag. Me, I don't hit the bag because, I'm getting ready for football. I go lift weights. But the sets and stuff, everything they make me do, it's different, like, because you can't really breathe. You're sweating more than usual. There's no air circulation coming through the building. So it's like, and then after that, we go run the bridge or something. Like, we run miles. So it's like, I'm always going to be in shape messing with them. Like, they do crazy stuff, like insane workouts.
Yeah, they definitely know how to keep in shape. That's for sure. And they've kept you in tremendous shape, throughout your high school career, now helping you out with college. And they're really helping you get ready for your sophomore year. Hopefully you're going to be getting, those starting reps at Keiser this upcoming year. I mean, you made an impact during your freshman year. I definitely can't wait to see you during your sophomore year, what you're able to do. What are you looking to really improve on during this offseason and really get better at during the season this year?
I think the biggest thing I want to work on is block shedding. Like, I don't want to be able to get touched at all. Like, I don't want nobody to touch me. Like, I barely get touched as it is, but I don't want nobody to get close or think they had a chance to touch me. Like, nothing. I want to be able to shed every block. And of course, I want to hit hard. I want to knock people out. Like, that's my biggest goal. Like, and small technique things like body placement, where to put my feet, like how to attack things, like all that little stuff. But the biggest thing is block shedding. Like, I don't want to get touched at all. Like, I want to be running free all over the field.
Definitely. And I think that's going to happen. I have a pretty good feeling that that's going to happen for you next season with your athleticism, your knowledge of the game of football, a high level of IQ comes to football. I remember ever since we were real little, you've always had that high IQ. And I know a lot of players prefer to be on offense. They get more stats. They get, the receiving yards, the rushing yards, the touchdowns, stuff like that. Defensive players have to have a specific mindset, a grit and grind mentality, a dog mentality, just go at everyone. How would you describe your mentality on the defensive end in particular?
My mentality is like, I want to get out there and I like overpowering people. Like, I like shutting people up. It's a lot of talking going on. Like, I like shutting people up. I like going out there and proving people, you're not better than me. You're not stronger than me. You can't do this. You can't, like, my mindset is like, I don't want nobody to get no yards. I don't want you to be able to say you did anything over on me. I want you to get out there and be like, I ran past it. No, you're not going to be able to say nothing like that on me. Like, that's my mindset when I play. Like, and then of course I want to be able to put some hits on you to make you remember me. Like, okay, yeah, that kid hit pretty hard. It's just like a dog mentality. Like, I get out there, my coach would be like, no, relax. Don't do this, don't do that. Like, he tried to take the dog out of me, and I'd be like, nah, coach, I'm not hearing it. I got to go, like, this is who I am. I got to play like me. I can't play soft. Like,
Well, I'm sure a lot of players you went against last season, still remember the name Jaelin Willis because, 50 tackles. There were a couple, I did your highlight tape. There were some where you had me shocked, and I was just watching the film. Your first game especially, you just made an impact right off the bat. That was the game where you had your interception during the season. Talk to me, what are your memories from that first game? Obviously the interception, getting playing time. How would you describe that first college game experience?
The first game was crazy, like really crazy. So when we're warming up, one thing about my team is my coach, like, that it don't matter what time of day, like what time the game is, my coach is going to have us in the facility at 8 in the morning, no matter what. We get in the pool at 6, everybody in the facility at 8. So we wake up from our dorms, go do a facility at 8 in the morning. We eat breakfast, hang out. We can't leave the facility. So that whole day was like, it was all new to me. It was all crazy. Like, okay, we're up early. The game isn't until like 2. We're up early. We're in the facility hanging out. And like, as the day is going by, my coach is talking to me like, hey, make sure you know this, make sure you know that, da, 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 da. I'm not worried. Like, I'm looking at it like it's another game of football. Like, it's all it is. So we get out there. I didn't play until like, no, he put me in once in the first quarter. Well, I always been on kickoff. Special teams, always been on special teams. I had a couple tackles on special teams, like nothing crazy. Running down there, just making little soft tackles. And he never put me in until like the third quarter, end of the third quarter. And I started getting a feel for it. But what really shocked me, like, I was out of breath. Not that I was out of shape. It was so much faster. Like, the way the plays were called, like, we had to look to the sideline, make sure we got the plays. Like, everything was faster. Like, it was a lot going on in my head, so I had to adapt to it. And then when I finally adapted to it, the interception, really, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know what I was doing that play. Like, that was all my IQ. I was like, okay, he's by himself over there. They got trips over here. They got to score. Okay, I'm gonna help him out on the backside. And then I robbed it, basically. So yeah, it was all new. It was fast. It was different. It was basically them testing my IQ, like throwing me in a situation to see how I can adapt to it and still play good, basically.
Absolutely, man. Like I said before, you've always had a high level of IQ, and Keiser is, like we said before, just such a dominant team overall. You guys crushed so many of your opponents this season. One of the best records in the country at the NAIA level. Top 10 ranking throughout the whole season. This upcoming season, nothing else, is expected from Keiser. You guys already are a top 10 national ranking in the preseason. You guys are already predicted to win your conference again. What should Keiser Seahawk fans expect from your football team this upcoming season?
I think, okay, so people should expect a great season, a dominant season. We have a lot of tough opponents. We play Valdosta State. We play a couple of Division I, like we play a Division I team. We play 2 D2 teams. So it's going to be a great, like, the competition is going to be there. It's going to be a great season. What we're fighting for is a national championship. Like, we want that national championship. We can get that national championship, it'd be great. But what fans should expect is every game being a hard-fought game. Either us blowing people out or us competing with people. I don't see us getting blown out at all this year. I don't see anybody, like, demolishing us completely this year. I see us running through people, and I see us competing with the Valdosta States and the D1 teams. Like, I see us not having, like, I see us not struggling how most would against a big powerhouse team, especially a Valdosta State team.
Oh, I'm definitely expecting a lot from you guys. I'm expecting a lot from you, especially, you're going to have a whole lot more tackles, a whole lot more interceptions. And I have a feeling that a lot of players are going to be losing their teeth this season that you go against. So thank you so much, man, for interview with me, being the first football player that I've had on here when I was to expand and do more sports, I knew you were the first one that I wanted to have on here, man. So it's such an honor to have you on here with me.
For sure. Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity. Stay in touch, my boy.
Absolutely, man. Always do. Have a good one, Brody.
For sure. Love.